finally! College, the next chapter of my adult life! Okay, here's another loop. Hooray! Let's loop again. Whoop! Let me out! Let me out! Alright, that's my responsibility. Glad you're not delaying these kind of things anymore, Oliver. Pause out a cell phone. Yeah, from turns, cafeteria is open. Okay. Your hands are extra soft today. My hands? The music kind of turns strange. Vi looks down at her tangled fingers. Ah, shit. Sorry, I forgot that wasn't allowed anymore. +2 Violet. Yeah, I don't think this matters. The freaking plus, like, extra points. Okay, same thing. Whoop. Okay, interesting. I'm just kind of exploring the other choices here. I mean, especially the choice involving who we hang out with. I kind of want to explore that too. You're definitely the brooding type. Well, everybody would know. It'll be him, right? I'm not the brooding type. Don't be afraid, V. I'll do everything I can to make sure your college experience is as sweet as can be. Hope you like me spoiled. My oxygen process is painful, hazard, or statement. It's going to affect the rest of your year. 2. Okay. And even spirit. What was that? that I feel like that skipped like a new text actually. Can you even spell the word bureaucrat? Can you even spell the word bureaucrat? That's the freaking the SpongeBob meme, I think. That's you, Emil. That's how you sound like. Think about settings real quick. Like I don't want to skip unseen text though. That's I feel like that was new. I didn't see that one. Anyway. What was that? For the time being, that is. But I'm confused. You guys broke up, right? Interesting. Wow, you two sure are inseparable. For the time being, that is. Ominous. I think that was new. Anyway. Motherfucker, I know which room you live in now. Watch it. Okay. Okay, sorry. That different dialogue. New gallery image. Some slight difference in the dialogue, it seems. Interesting. Otherwise, mostly the same. Bum, 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 boom, 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 boom. Judith. Sure, as long as we don't mind the mess. Messy? Oh, I've been in messier, I'm sure. At this point, I'm no stranger to bedlam. Judith floats over the bottom half of my bed. Her delicate hands rub myself. There's always someone up next to her. Do you hate me? Plenty reason to. Hate is a strong word. Or strong words not fitting for strong betrayals. Still, if hate is a too strong a word for what you feel, then I guess I'm pretty lucky. I don't plan on abusing that luck anymore, though. The truth is, I know I've been overbearing. The same dialogue. Leaving my hands off, allowing to accept things as they are. I clearly can't imagine a life that doesn't involve you. Stop it. Don't give me hope like that. We both know you need to move past me eventually. I've made peace with that, so you don't have to try and coddle me. But I don't want to move past you. I know she'll probably have trouble believing that, but it's true. If I could have it my way, I'd keep Judith around forever. We've been given a second chance by going to college together, and we've grown so comfortable together over the years. Who am I to spin the face of that comfort? I lean in and give my friend a firm, reassuring hug. Her arms wrap around my back. Okay, I understand. So you still want me around even after all this? I just noticed because whenever the Judith, +2 or whatever, it made like a seltzer sound, when you open seltzer, I guess. Is that what it is? Anyway. So you want me around even after all this? I'm extremely confused, but I won't question these feelings of yours anymore. If this is what you want, then I won't deprive myself. Judith loosens her grip on me and pulls away from the bed. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to say. You've grown so much in a short amount of time. Okay. See you soon. And that Judith leaves, taking for her the last of my anxiety. So this is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. Just making sure she said anything different. Anyway. Nothing left to worry about. Okay. I'm starting to feel restless. Who should I spend time with tonight? Okay. Let's save the game here. Alright. So we're back here. As everything reset once again. Let's spend time with Violet this time. I'm gonna save Judith for last. Let's spend time with Violet. See what happens. Even though we technically broke up in this weird drug-induced dream. I made arrangements for Violet and I to have tea together later in the evening. Not sure what else we can do other than drink, but I really don't feel like being alone right now. Hopefully this will be enough to keep her entertained. I guess the worst case scenario is we can probably find something online to watch together. But doesn't that mean one of us will be stuck sitting at my desk? This was probably a bad idea. I mean, we just broke up. I might be overstepping some boundaries here, Simply hang out with your ex-girlfriend, after breaking up easily. Easy. She did say yes to coming over though, so it's not like she hates me or anything. No, there's no way for me to know how she really feels right now. I'm not good at that anyway, clearly, so speculating is worthless. All I gotta do is relax, trust the chemicals, and enjoy myself. Ah yes, trust the chemicals! Of course. Simple as that. Simple as that. Why is she wearing such a fancy dress? I thought we were just gonna Netflix and chill, but wait a minute. Maybe that means something else. I thought it was literal. Oh wow. That's nostalgic. Didn't that dress used to be less red though? You look amazing, V. Oh, thank you. More important? Do I look mature? What do you mean? Well, we're in college now. I try to look more mature when I go out. And I always used to dress up for tea parties and stuff, so I figured I'd dust off the old gown and swing on by. Is it too much? Kinda. Usually you wear a dress at more like a formal, setting, but I don't know. Am I overdressed? Alright, so this is Violet's idea of mature. Cool, she's almost too adorable for words. This bodes well for my psyche. It's fine. Just be normal. Be platonic. Just be completely platonic. Sure. You're plenty mature already, though. Oh, there's always room for improvement. It's like they say, an artist's work is never done. Violet flicks her wrist into the air as if she's throwing confetti from a parade float. Shall we then? As she passes through the doorway, the hem of her dress brushes against my ankle. It's soft, really soft. Looks much cleaner in here than it did this morning. Very nice. As Violet surveys my living quarters, I rush over to my desk and grab the room's sole college mandated swivel chair. Oh, Olive, that's no fun, right? What about you? Where are you gonna sit? I could stand. One of us could sit on the bed. I could sit on the desk. Sit on the desk. That seems kind of uncomfortable. Oh, sit on the bed? No, that won't do at all. I got an idea. You heat us some tea, and I'll be right back. Violet kicks off her heels into a corner and shovels out the door in her socks. I'm barely able to finish pouring our drinks before she stumbles back in, her elegant form plastered with all manner of colorful blankets and pillows. There's so many of them that they begin just falling off of her, And so Violet dumps them all into a cozy looking pile in the center of the room. There we go. Now we can sit on the floor. Easy breezy. Violet drops to the ground and begins sculpting the bedding into something more accommodating. Does this still count as being mature? Well, maturity is a state of mind. I'm sure many grand historic conversations have begun with two people simply drinking on the floor together. Skewing your pride like this is plenty mature, don't you think? Plus, with all these pillows, it has the bonus of being super comfortable too. Don't you want to be comfortable? Violet wedges a few more pillows up against the bed before sinking into them completely, like a pearl cushioning itself in the flesh of an oyster. It's an inviting display, to be sure. We don't get CG of that, though. I don't know, you could probably make some kind of... I'm just thinking of a trading card, you know? Violet trading card. Rare dress edition, as she sits in a crown of pillows. I don't know. Why are you still so far away? Come on, I'm thirsty. Let's drink. I guess this is how it's gonna be then. Not wanting to keep Violet waiting any longer, I lower myself into her cozy domain. But as I do, I notice something. Oh, there you go. There's the CG. Okay. Face looks kind of different. Kind of weird though. I don't know. I mean, it looks different from the quality of the sprite, you know? Anyway. Her bedroom. Violet's old bedroom. Okay, for now, it's still hot. Violet takes a brazen sip from her cup, the tip of her lips dousing for flavor. It's amazing being able to watch her move so confidently again. Practically everything Violet does, she does it without a trace of shame or regret. It doesn't matter if it's a painting on the beach, or it doesn't matter if it's painting on the beach or drinking hot tea in the ocean of blankets. I could watch her move forever. I could be here forever. By the way, sorry I was acting so weird earlier today. You know I'm not normally like this, but it feels a little strange now the six of us are all friendly with each other again. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad everything ended up working out, but I kind of forgot how embarrassing they could be sometimes. It's probably just something I need to get reacquainted with though. That and how we're all living in the same building now. Weird sounds. Trust the chemicals. I'm glad you're so close by though. About that. It's not exactly a coincidence that we ended up living next to each other. The administrative office gave me my choice of a medical single, so I ended up picking the one next to you. Sorry, I didn't tell you earlier. We've talked about this before, but there are risks that come with someone like me living on my own. If I have a seizure, I don't want some stranger coming to my bedroom and seeing me like that. If it's going to be anyone, then it needs to be you. You're the only one I can trust in my body when I'm like that, at least until I'm lucid. I know it seems selfish, but I feel so much safer when you're around. Violet looks my way, a foggy, somber look painting her eyes. I still want my own space, but I can't stand the thought of you not being there when I wake up. So living next to you was the best solution I could think of. But if it's too much, all you gotta do is say so. After all, it's not like I wouldn't understand. Well, being there for you is never a burden. Oh, really now? It's not a burden. And why is that? Because I love you. Kiss her. Smooch, smooch, smooch. Okay, we don't have a choice. Even though we just broke up over ex-girlfriend, or with our girlfriend, she's our ex-girlfriend. We simply undo that breakup. We unbreak right away. The shortest breakup of all time. Sure, I'll just say I love you. Do you really think that will work? Do you even want it to work? For everything we've been through to be solved by such a small, trite gesture. Doesn't that seem a little bit too convenient? Doesn't all of this seem too convenient? Is it really that easy for us to make up? Is hooking up with you going to solve your problems? Why do you want me? Why do you want a girlfriend? Is this any different back in high school? Oh, are you okay with stagnating? Is that what you really feel for me, love or obligation? Or would you really have to come here without me? Can you be alone? Are you capable of being alone? Do you actually feel responsible for my seizures? Or do you want to feel important. You move forward without him. Can you forward without him? When the sense of romance becomes always entangled with death. There's nothing romantic about killing yourself. Not when everyone else is trying so hard to stay alive. Interesting. Suicide, eh? I do wonder. Well, I don't know. Guess we'll see. Oh, no way. Hate the beach too? I get Violet out of my room as quickly as possible as she turns into a zombie. Unsurprisingly, the knocking from under my bed stops as soon as she leaves. Now then. Let's try again tomorrow. I'm gonna do it one more time, but this time with Judith. I'm curious, what happens if you try to kiss her? I'm probably the same thing. I just want to see what happens. Kiss. Smooch. Zoom in. Okay, do you think that will work? The same thing. So, if you try to smooch her, it'll just be the same thing. It'll be like, you really think that will work, bro? Alright, try again tomorrow. Let's ignore the knocking under my bed. Let's ignore the monster under my bed and simply do this again. Because I want to keep exploring the extra little scenes here. I want to explore Judith's, actually. Finally, college, next chapter of my adult life. After all this time. No, I don't know why I'm reading it like that. What's this? This is different. What'd she say? No, except the registration. No, it's not simple as that. It's not so. No, it's so simple though, Andy. No, V, it's not simple, and you of all people should know that. What? This whole concept makes no sense on a fundamental level. It's nuttier than squirrel shit. Killing the Sirens was supposed to heal the people of the town by subduing their self-destructive impulses, right? But we can only do that by using what is basically magic, so it's a hollow message. Our muses aren't magic. They're manifestations of piss off, Emil. It's fucking magic, and you know it. Doesn't matter how you dress up the lore, the point is regular people can't do any of that crap. So how is any of this supposed to help a normal person? How can the reader abstract what we did into something that's applicable to their own lives? The closest real-world parallel is medication, but even that's not apt because there's more side effects for that stuff than there are plot holes in your stupid magic system. As much as I wish she could, Violet can't just punch her seizures away anymore, then Oliver's dad can beat the redacted out of him. So does killing an ambiguous threat with vaguely defined superpowers really offer a solution for people like them? Just what are we trying to say here? Oh, never mind that. Never mind that. Well, anyway. Who should I try to spend time with tonight? Save the game. Let's hang out with Judith. I invite Judith over to drink tea for a bit. It's doubtful that she need any sort of pretense for hanging out, but tea together is basically a tradition for us at this point. More than anything though, I want to see if I can get her to freaking relax for a minute. Baking, party planning, Christ, even flower arrangement. She's always scheming up something to please the rest of us. It's the definition of neurotic. I don't think it's possible for a person that intense to suddenly start being hands-off. She used to be so into science, but now it's almost like she has no life outside of spoiling us. Which is why someone else needs to go and spoil her for a change. Pampering Judith is the only way she's going to be able to learn how to chill out. Just chill out, bro. She's always been the one to try and sweeten me up, but now she's my guest. And I won't allow her to be stressed. I hope I know what I'm doing here. First you grab her by the waist, and then you suplex her. And then You destroy her, get out of this like drug-induced nightmare that she like forced us to have. Hey there. I wasn't sure what kind of tea we were drinking, so I baked some brownies just to be safe. They tend to go with pretty much everything after all. Damn it, brownies? Really? You cheeky little gah. Why did I see that coming? I'm not gonna let you hijack this, Judith. Yeah, I don't know if this matters. I keep saving the game. It's a habit. We're not gonna have time to eat them. That's kind of rude. Sorry, but wicked bad indigestion. That's just lying. Or sweet, we'll eat them after I'm done pampering you. Okay, sure. I'll just do that. That's just being honest. Good one. Pampering me? Right, that's richer than my dead uncle. What? Judas skirts. What was that? Anyway, Judas skirts past me and places the brownies on my desk. After grabbing a couple of plates and some cutlery from my desk, she begins deftly slicing the brownies into neat little squares. Come now, like I would allow you to pamper me in any respect. You're my guest tonight, and as her hands freeze mid-slice, I close the door behind me for dramatic effect. I see. The old reverse vampire technique, a classic. Judith turns my way and puts her hands at her hips. Alright, so I'm your guest tonight. Is that important to you for some reason? I move closer to Judith, hoping my next words will leave the desired impact. I do my best imitation of a butler and bow accordingly to my mistress. Okay. Well, for the next 2 hours, my only purpose is to serve you. I throw in a Lady Judith at the end there for some reason. A brainless, primal part of me bows down even lower after I say that. Maybe it's fitting for a butler to do something this submissive, or maybe it's just the first of many reflexive attempts at hiding my embarrassment. I fight the urge to lift my head and see Judith's reaction. A butler shouldn't act until spoken to, after all. Oh wow. That's quite a lot to process, isn't it? Enslaved by curiosity, I can no longer resist my desire to look at Judith. Is that? No way. She's sweating? Do you mind giving me a minute? I need to strategize. I need to think some things over. Please take your time, mistress. Geez, you're really committing to this, huh? That sure is something. Judith runs over to my bed, hops on, begins hugging one of my larger pillows. For a couple of minutes, she kind of stares out into space, her mouth slightly agape. She's not used to, being the dom. Anyway, I don't move from my position. Yes, tonight I'm nothing more than a sentinel for her desires. Anything I want, huh? That's really... You can't really get yourself in trouble making commitments like that. Judith looks down at her pointer finger and begins biting it. Is this something you're really okay with? My preferences are inconsequential, mistress. Stop calling me mistress. It's, I commit even further to my role of that one. I hand her the whip. No, she should be enjoying this, right? I can't imagine why she wouldn't be. Wait, no. That's probably not true at all. I look in her face. Is she overwhelmed? I place a small universe at her feet and told her to go nuts. No structure or anything. Was that cruel of me? I should have made some recommendations, right? Maybe ask if she wanted me to pour her some tea. Would it be unprofessional for me to do that now? Will she even care? Judith takes a deep, cleansing breath and turns her attention back to me. Okay, this is really happening then. You're giving me permission to take advantage of you. Just some weird kink play. I'm curious. What's to stop me from making you run down the hallway naked then? Or if I wanted you to eat an entire stick of butter by itself. The butter... it won't be the worst thing in the world. But I guess it'd be a bit too much. Eating the entire... butter by itself probably is not very... obviously it doesn't taste very good. Anyway. It's not so bad. You just do it. I will carry out your will, no matter what that entails. I'm trusting Judith isn't sadistic enough to make me do any of that stuff. And then again, she's never really been given this kind of freedom before, has she? Am I actually in danger here? That's the Simpsons thing, you know? I'm in danger. Very well. It seems as if it's your duty to wait on me tonight. It's my job as your guest to make use of you. Judith places the pillow she's been hugging back at the top of my bed and sits up straight. Now then, butler. Sit next to me. Judith slides to the top edge of my bed. I do as I'm told and make my way to her side. The cheap, springy bed frame buckles a little bit under her weight, but it's nothing to be concerned with. Great, good job. She started out with something fairly simple, it seems. Other than perhaps the first month we knew each other, physical proximity wasn't exactly a rare occurrence for us. Car rides turned to pool parties, turned to movie nights, turned to sleepovers. All my life, Judith has been inching closer and closer to me, as inevitable as entropy. This time is different, right? This time I'm completely subservient to her and she knows it. Surely this closeness is a prelude to something more insidious, right? Insidious? I'm saying that. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Insidious. Okay, now next. Can you... I brace myself for impact, for the Genshin impact. Can you let me put my head in your lap, please? Wait, what? Judith doesn't wait for any sort of approval before falling headfirst into my lap. Nice. Okay. Why is she doing that with her finger? As she nuzzles the fabric of my jeans, her supple legs rubbing together like kindling. Damn it, I wish I was more tired. I love to fall asleep like this. You're warm. You're so warm. She lets out a geyser of steam from her perfect plump lips. I guess steam somehow. Is it cold in here or? This light pressure of her head on my lap. Wow, Judith's always been kind of a princess, but now there's no question about it. She's royalty. Absolute royalty. Now run your fingers through my hair. Pet me. Pet me while I try to fall asleep on your lap. I do as I'm told and lower my fingers into Judith's hair. It's embarrassing, but my hand starts shaking a little as I stroke her. She just melts around my fingers, reacting to every movement they make, no matter how subtle. She lets out a silky, deliberate sigh. I've thought about you doing this longer than I can even remember. I love you so much, you know. It hurts so freaking much. So why didn't you ever do anything about it? Why didn't you ever say anything about it? And where's Miss Lawrence? She's finally out of my head, but is she out of yours? Do you hate her now? Do you hate the way you hate your parents? Does she remind you too much of Violet or too much of me? Am I Violet's replacement or am I just your second choice? Am I the safe choice? Do you hate yourself for that, for not picking me first? Do you want to love her or do you want someone to leech off of? Is it really love you feel right now? If it is, then why don't you seem to care about my future? Do you have any idea who I am when I'm not around you? Do you determine to do this? This is me you really want. Why are you never honest with your feelings? We've fed so beautifully from each other. Umbilical spirits, twin parasites. Hi, my name's Judy. What's yours? A lot of read. I can't read all that. A lot of things happen. I get Judith out of the room as quickly as possible as she turns into a zombie. Everyone's turning into a zombie, so I have to kick her out. Okay, so we've been stuck in college for quite a while now. I think it's time to check under the bed. The floorboards underneath my bed are sealed nice and tight. Lift up the floorboards. There he is, the king of cock blocking himself. Okay. What a jerk. What a total dick. Let him go. You're really not going to leave me be, are you? Fine. You know what? Have it your way. I drag the sad sack out from under my bed and slap him awake. Ugh. Well, that was unexpected. You actually let me go. Cool. So does that mean you're ready to do this, right? Because boy, oh boy, do we got some stuff we need to hammer out. But first, we should probably start this over, shouldn't we? Best poems tend to begin with a blank page, after all. See you in the morning, bro. Alright. We let out Oliver, which I guess is the beta Oliver? I don't know. It's a different Oliver. Just like drawing a different art style. Finally, college, the next chapter of my adult life. After all this time, it's finally. Something's off. Where's Violet? She's supposed to be here. I wanted her to walk with me to lunch, so where the heck is she? She's not in her room. It's not just her either. Where is everyone? Maybe they went to lunch without me? I guess that could be fun, maybe. Hey there, Sleeping Beauty, you finally made it. I turn to my left and see what I assume is the only other soul on this campus. Oh, right. He's out and running around now, isn't he? Looking pretty smug about it, too. What's with this setup? Water cooler, big dumb umbrella, tacky lawn chairs. He knows we're in the mountains, right? Why are you standing around for? Stop a squat. It's still summer, technically. Weird. I mean, is that a butler? Yeah, maybe that's a butler uniform. Maybe that's a reference to Judith's scene, you know? Anyway. It's still summer, technically. He reaches into the cooler, pulls out a long brown bottle, and dangles it in front of his face. I've got our favorite. Come on, day drinker, you know you wanna. Day drinker? We both know that's just ginger beer, you freaking narc. Still, he's got a whole cooler of the stuff. I guess I'll humor him. I shuffle across the lawn and plant myself in one of his chairs. Wow, you sure are easy. Look, I think I'm such a nice guy and only need to talk for a bit, right? He pops open 2 bottles of ginger beer and hands me the second one. Here, a peace offering. We work better when we get along anyway, right? I grab the bottle and take a cautious sip. The spicy ginger sends shockwaves up and down my throat, exciting my worn senses. So this is your dream college, huh? Nice, very nice. All that's missing is a big old water slide. Maybe some churro stands near the dorms or a go-kart track. He takes a light controlled sip of his beverage before looking back at me. Mini golf, perhaps? Well, stop mocking me. Someone's gotta tie you back down to earth, bro. Otherwise, you'll just fly away, alright? He sets his drink down the grass and leans back, turning his head towards the spotless blue sky. I get why he chose this place, though. It's great that the world feels actually livable up here, but it's more than that. It's not all about aesthetics or breathability here. Or it's not about aesthetics or breathability. Here, everybody just loves us for some reason. Here, the people are pulled directly onto our lap. We have gravity. We have so much gravity that we're the center of the entire stinking universe, small as it may be. Here, people need us. My better half sloshes the liquid around in his bottle for a little bit. Don't go hitting her too much, by the way. Not mom and dad. Hate them all you want, but Miss Lawrence. All her pride and splendor, Miss Lawrence was probably fed the same plate of bullshit we were back when she was a kid. I bet money on that. At her core, she wants things to be simple just as badly as you do. So, I at least give her one last talk before you commit to making her the villain in all this. Miss Lawrence, the villain. That's interesting, because there's a few lines of dialogue involving her, and her speaking to us with like a voice call, but otherwise, making her out to be the villain? It's kind of a stretch, at least with the information that I have right now, but maybe there's more to this than I thought, I don't know. Anyway. Because it means a lot to be a villain. You've got to be important. If we're not important enough in all this, then she probably isn't either. Besides, you already cleaned your brain for once, right? You can do it again, no problem. So let's go rip off these last 2 bandages of ours and get back up here for real. He grabs his drink and finishes it all in one long, exasperated gulp. We keep on falling off our board. We keep having to start over. We're torn between what we want and what we need. As the leading authority in what we need, I say we need to find some sort of compromise. Right now, we don't need to be brave or strong or smart or kind. Right now, all we need is some balance. Let's be the kind of person Violet tried so hard to be. I'm pretty sure that's the only way we're going to be able to move forward at this point. Too bad, I love it here. You love it here? So this is enough for you then? A lame, dating sim, basically? This lame pantomime of adulthood is enough to satiate you? Hell yeah, it is. Then why'd you let me out from under the bed? You know you didn't have to, right? Letting you out was the only way I could move forward. Exactly. You could have kept doing the same things over and over again, but that would have been very satisfying, would it? Well, after I saw, as much content as I could, I guess. See, even in this little paradise of yours, you still know better. I'm talking about you. Not whatever distant voice from high school is filling your head with stupid songs and bullshit words. But you, Oliver. Deep down, you know that ignoring what you need will never lead to anything fulfilling. It's the reason why you want to say goodbye to everyone in Siren's call. My better half sits up from his chair and offers me his hand. It's why we're going to say goodbye to Judith. Come on, brother. It's wake-up time. If we want to make this place our home for real, then we gotta do this right. Nothing, I like it here. Alright, no worries. I get it. You still got some time here. Still got options to explore, still got people to talk to, whatever. It's fine. I'm a patient man. I'll go chill out in our room, and when you're ready to leave, you can hit me up. Does that sound good? His eyes widen in shock. Is that a pool party? Holy cow, where did Judith and Violet even buy those? Huh? I turn my head to see what he's talking about, and it's like, nope. He's like, tricked ya. Like, alright, dude. What's over there? And then she freaking just bangs our head, with her, or hits us over the head with the bottle, So he just forces us to wake up if we don't say yes. Anyway. What happened? What happened? I feel something stretchy wrapped around my torso. I think it's a seatbelt. When the hell did I get in a car? Oh good, you're awake. Oh, you're finally awake. Got caught crossing the border. Well, as awake as you can be, I suppose. I wasn't even sure it was possible for you to get knocked out like that. How does that even work? Maybe it's just because I needed to work to get you in the car. Lucky. I was gonna... I don't know, this is a silly option. Okay, fine, I'm gonna pick it. I was gonna have sex. I was gonna have the hentai CGs with all the anime girls. Oh, were you now? And how would that have gone exactly? Because I promise you, it wasn't going to go as well as it did the first time. Imagination can only get us so far. If anything, you should be thanking me. That shit would have been depressingly clumsy. Besides, comfort like hers can't be replicated here. Not really. You're better off just hoping you roll over at some point and end up hugging your pillow. My better half keeps one hand on the steering wheel while using the other to thumb through a stack of CDs. Why are we driving back anyway? He slides the CDs back into the cup holder and glues both his hands to the wheel. What you mean, like instead of just zoning out for a second or two, then suddenly being back in Florida? I don't know. Probably because it gives you time to find your bearings. You're more fried than a damn catfish right now. Waking up in the middle of that isn't going to do us any favors. This is the kind of thing you're going to need to ease yourself out of. Plus, this way gives us a bit of time to hash things out. What do you want to talk about then, me? Want? Oh, sorry, but that's your department, not mine. I'm just here to drive this car and be a wall for you to bounce ideas off of. I may be the voice of reason here. There's no way I'm more powerful than you are. We ended up chatting about something, well, and that's more of your will making it happen than anything else. Nothing can happen here that you don't actually want after all. Nothing. Isn't that why I'm lecturing you instead of Miss Lawrence? So you can start waking yourself up for a change. Isn't that why you gave Violet her own room back there? Or why you tried bringing everyone together again? Wasn't their happiness something that you wanted? Because if it was, there's no way you're the kind of person we've read about. Otherwise, things wouldn't have gone the way they did, right? You're wrong. I'm a bad person. Don't you think that blaming yourself for everything that happens is just as childish as blaming yourself for nothing at all? We're not important enough for everything to be our fault. Believe me, I wish we were, but we're not. If that's the last time I'm going to tell you that, I'll tell you that. Because if I know it, then you definitely know it. So there. My better half starts scratching the side of the steering wheel. You had one hell of an extinction burst back there, though. Extinction burst. We hear this before? I feel like it was a psychology term, whatever, supposedly, that Violet used, right? I think. I just remember, thinking it sounded like a super move, like in like a fighting game. I activate my extinction burst. Seriously, as well-meaning as it might have been, that place was like something straight out of a crappy teen novel. I doubt Andy and Ashton could ever get into college that snooty. I love those knuckleheads, but that part in particular was kind of a stretch, even for you. Emil would have been able to, but I think he's smart enough to know the risks of hanging on like that. And Judy, well, even if she knows better, I'm pretty sure she's never going to leave home. Not at this point. You follow us. That's mighty presumptuous of you. What makes you think we're all she has to wait for? We might be all she's got now, but we're definitely not all she had. If she leaves, who's going to be there to greet the seniors when they come back home to visit? Who's going to serve them tea and spend all their damn summer baking everyone cookies? He bites his lips and grips the steering wheel so hard that his hands start to change color. She's nothing if not devoted, I guess. That's our Judith, the patron saint of hope and masochism. I'm tempted to blame the church for making her that way, but that feels a bit disingenuous. She was probably always vulnerable to this kind of stuff, unfortunately. He loosens his grip a bit and looks over at me. Or maybe she's this way because we couldn't stop drinking up whatever she put in front of us. He moves his eyes back to the empty road and slides one of his hands off the wheel. That one might actually be our fault. We can fix that, though. We can let her go. We have to. Not much longer now, it seems. I guess you're warming up to me quicker than expected. Not really. I still think you're kind of a dick. I think I'm fine with that. I'll be your punching bag forever if I need to. As long as we get along when it matters, that's all I care about. I just hate delaying the inevitable, that's all. Out of all the lies he ever told me, that might be the best one yet. But at least you know this stuff is inevitable. So that bodes well for us, I suppose. Alright, let's get this over with. God, I hate this town. Always loved this house, though. Never felt like an outsider here. Never needed to be cured or converted. We could just be. He sulks away from the car and up to Judith's porch. Can't keep hugging that pillow forever, though. Nobody's home to greet us, so we start slowly making our way toward the bedroom. In the black of Judith's bedroom, I make out the thin silhouette of our diplomat, resting in Andy's old bed. We stand at opposite sides of the mattress and stare blankly at each other. This is an entire shopping cart's worth of weird right here. So now what? Do we just dive into him or something? Is that how it works? Please tell me we don't have to kiss him awake. Well, let's just give him a swift wake-up slap. If you think that'll work, then sure. I'm game. We should do it at the same time, though. Just in case that's something that actually matters down the line, you know. I nod and raise my right hand in the air. It's a shame that we had to endure an entire summer's stupid-ass heroics and didn't even get to say goodbye to Violet. Makes this whole charade seem kind of meaningless, doesn't it? Well, we'll say goodbye to her when we wake up. Oh. Right, obviously. Here's the waking up then. My better half raises his left hand and gives me a reassuring thumbs up. We'll go on 3, okay? Like, immediately after I say 3. Not like before I say it, or you know? So, 1, 2, 3, slap. Not 1, 2... Oh, you know what I mean. Give him a reassuring thumbs up and tighten the muscles in my slapping hand. Okay, right then. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. That's like 2 slaps, you know? One after the other. It wasn't simultaneous. Anyway, alright. And thus we wake up. In the real world, quote unquote? I don't know. So that was the entire sequence. So we met ourselves, I guess. And like there's like us, the protagonist, but also him, the character. And then we find ourselves in Judith's house. And then we wake up by slapping ourselves. Back? Back inside. Where was I anyway? Why is my mouth so dry? How long has it been? How long have I been here? Can I move? It feels like my body's at the bottom of some deep, watery crevasse. Should I try to move? Maybe just moving my head would be enough. And this is when we learn that our legs have been cut off. We've been tied to the bed. And no, I'm in Judith's room. Judith. We met at a church. She was wearing a yellow sundress and a matching polka dot bow. Even though she tried really hard, she couldn't sing to save her life, and I thought that was cute. She said the lemonade at the reception was bitter, and the cookies were stiff. She's my best friend. We've known each other forever. Okay, so I'm in Judith's room. I fell asleep in here. How long ago was that? No, don't think about time. Think about the simple things, right? Who am I then? I'm Oliver, right? I'm Oliver. My middle name is Earl. Wait, no it's not. It's Ernest? It's something that starts with an E. Edward? Maybe? But whatever. Is that enough to try moving my fingers? I can move them, good. I'm alive then, I must be. This blanket feels weird though. It feels like I haven't touched something like this in months. I need to get away from it. I need water. My throat's so dry it doesn't even feel like it belongs to me. It's just a cracked brick of earth, severing my brain from my chest. I flick off Andy's white noise machine and hobble over to the door on the far side of the bedroom. Judith's bathroom. I got this much right, so that means I'm starting to orientate myself better. I cup my hands under the sink and let the clean, crisp water fill my hands before filling it down my throat. But I don't feel anything. My throat's so numb and arid that it's almost like I'm pouring the liquid into some kind of void. You know, I felt that way before. Yeah, usually when I'm sick, but sometimes I feel like so thirsty. No matter how much I drink, I just still feel thirsty. It sucks, you know? Anyway, I need to drink more then. I need to drink more. After what feels like hours, the bridge between my body and my mind can be felt again. I turn off the faucet and find my way over to the toilet. Some cruel gravity forces me onto my knees as invisible hands pry open my mouth. Vomit shoots out of my throat and drips maliciously from the tip of my nose. Blech. This purge of mine is dizzying and endless. If there was a cure inside me, it would most certainly be gone by the end of this. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. I turned my body into an ocean of filth and synthetics. But soon, that too would be flushed into the Atlantic. And all of that would be left is a dry, wanting basin. My ocean will be drained, and I will once again be empty. What will fill me then? What else will be my inept mind continuing to reject? This is being very poetic as we vomit, by the way. I vomit over and over again. Everything being rejected, everything being purged. Pills won't work. Drugs won't work. What cure is there that my body will accept? What can I fill myself with that will make them happy? There's nothing left for me to vomit. Once again, I'm empty. I couldn't even do this right, could I? I shouldn't have gone to the ocean. The ocean would have done it for sure. Now watch as my failed experiment spirals down the toilet like the liquid remains of 1,000 dead goldfish. The weakened bridge in my throat stings with bile and misuse. I try my best to push one last thing across his aching frame. Help. Somebody help me. The words push out my throat are raspy and unfamiliar. Is that really how I sound? No, I don't sound like that. I don't want to sound like that. I pull myself up off the floor and claw at the faucet. Water. It's just like they say. A little water cleans everything. There's nothing water cannot clean. There's nothing water cannot fill. I force myself to drink, even though it stings. I drink and drink until the strings of vomit and blood begin collecting in the sink. Clean. I need to be clean. Oliver. I feel a presence behind me as I drink. But my mouth still stings. My words are still clumsy, so I keep drinking. Nobody should hear me like this. Nobody should see me like this. Oliver, stop it. You're hurting yourself. Wait, did you vomit? Oh God. A pair of soft hands press themselves against the skin of my back. It's okay. I'm here. You're awake now. Whatever you were dreaming about wasn't real. You're safe now. You're safe. She moves her hands up to my shoulders and begins rubbing them. You're safe. You're safe. You're safe. Oh. And this is back to being ultra realistic. Okay. Huh. I guess we're from the perspective of Judith now. That's interesting. The world looks completely different. Interesting. Well, I'm going to save the game. Oh, it's a new, in fact, it's obviously new section and all the saves have been deleted and everything. Also looks, is it just me? Is the UI completely different as well? Everything kind of looks slightly different. Or maybe I'm so used to obviously the dream sequence. Maybe that's what. I got used to the other UI, so this is why this one looks different. I don't know. Anyway. Well, I guess we'll see what happens now from Judith's perspective. It's kind of weird. Like, it seemed like she drugged us, or did she not? It's like, it's a little unreliable, actually, from the perspective of Oliver's, narrative. Maybe we can actually get a clearer picture now that we can see it from Judith's eyes. Possibly? I guess we'll see.